Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining in. As we can see guys, the price of Bitcoin has unfortunately failed to find support above 200 weekly moving average, failed to find support above this 30 weekly moving average, which was around 28,000, and now things might be taking different turn, and that's exactly what we are going to talk in this video. And as you can see, I have prepared some interesting chart which we are going to talk in this video, but before I do that, please destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Thank you very much. And now if you look at this price action of Bitcoin here in a logarithmic scale in a weekly time frame, we can see very clearly guys, this rising trend line in the past price action has been considered as one of the most important line of support, because each and every time whenever the price of Bitcoin got attracted towards this rising trend line, what happened after that? The price of Bitcoin after that started with an actual impulsiveness, or so-called a markup phase. And right now, if we look at this carefully, where could the price of Bitcoin be possibly heading if we fail to find support above this 28,000 range? In that case, we could be heading towards to find support around this rising trend line, which sits around 25,000 range. Yes guys, since the price of Bitcoin has failed to close the weekly candle above 28,000, now things might be taking different turn. And if you have missed my video from yesterday, one of the most important video which I have recorded in a while, please check it out, because in this video I have talked about everything, every factor which might affect the price, not just only for crypto but also for the traditional market. So the link is in the description down below, feel free to check it out. Now in our case, this here is clearly showing weakness, and also looks like before it starts with an actual impulsiveness like this, first it might get attracted towards this rising trend line, because this is exactly what played out here in the past price action. I mean, after breaking the resistance, you can see after breaking the resistance, we started with this impulsiveness, but at the end we got attracted towards this rising trend line before starting with an actual impulsiveness. And right now, if we would take another similar breakout formation, then we can see guys, this might also be a retest, price coming back to test the support from this rising trend line, just like from this past price action, before starting with an actual impulsiveness here like this. So this is another reason why we have to be careful, we have to monitor the price, because we have failed to find support above this 200 weekly moving average, because we knew this 200 weekly moving average, as you can see in the past price action, was considered as one of the most important line of support along with this rising trend line. This is exactly where we came, this is exactly where we got rejected. And if you look at this carefully, we are not above it, but we are below it. So that means this line, the 200 weekly moving average around 28,000, will be looked as a line of resistance. And along with that, we also knew this 30 week moving average was acting as a line of resistance. I mean, this red line, which was sitting around 28,000, also rejected this weekly candle along with this 200 weekly moving average. So what does this mean? This means the price of Bitcoin could be showing some weakness for the coming days, might get attracted towards the key line first before starting or before choosing an actual trend duration. And if we do see price showing weakness, price failing to break out of this 28,000, then please guys, please, you know, we have been talking about this dead cat bounce trading pattern, which will line up perfectly. I mean, this dead cat bounce from from point 2 till point 3, this was our point 1, point 2, point 3, right? This dead cat bounce got rejected at 0.5 Fibonacci line, 50% retracement, just like I shown you in an example. But if we fail to find proper support above this 28,000, this could be playing out as a dead cat bounce trading pattern, where the price of Bitcoin could be getting attracted to the downside first. Maybe this rising trend line will be attracting us before starting or before choosing an actual trend duration. And in the medium short term, if we look at this very simple way, in a very simple way, you can see right now we are following this ascending channel, where the upper trend line is acting as a line of resistance, lower trend line is acting as a line of support. But if we look at the price movement inside this ascending channel, right? One very similar move is unfolding, I mean, with each and every rejection around this upper trend line. Where did the price of Bitcoin got attracted towards the previous high, and then support from this ascending channel, and then a new impulse movement. Similarly, if we are going to see another retracement, then the previous high will be looked as our target area, will be looked as the area where we could be getting attracted in the media short term, which sits around 27,200, 27,100 range, before deciding the trend duration. Because we know if we lose the support, right, if we lose the support from this horizontal trend line around 27,000, then this could play out as a bearish continuation pattern, guys. Yes, this will be looked as a rising channel, a bearish continuation pattern, and price after that is expected to show another continuation here like this. So please, guys, please monitor this price range around 27,000 very, very carefully, because losing that in a different way will also indicate that we could be losing the support from this symmetrical triangle type of formation. Yes, this symmetrical triangle, this lower trend line around 27,701 held the price, and this lower trend line is where we could be getting attracted, because this exact line in the past price action acted as a line of support. So with this previous example, if we do get attracted towards this rising trend line, then you can see it would make a lot of sense, and that's exactly around 27,100, 27,200 range. And now beside this price action analysis, even if we look at the VCPR, the leading indicator for this month of October, according to this October CPR or VCPR, the price of Bitcoin has very high probability of getting attracted towards these three trend line, either the bottom, central, or the top trend line, which sits around 26,700, before deciding the trend duration. Yes, guys, this line until the end of October month could be retested, because VCPI means price is choosing a trend duration without touching any of these three line. Because if you go back and look, each and every time you can see the price always touches the CPI line, right? Whenever it chooses a trend duration without touching the CPI line, it makes it a VCPR. And to make it a CPR, first the price needs to test the support from one of this line before choosing an actual trend direction. So looking at this in a different time frame, looking at this in a different scenarios, as you can see, after failing to find support above 28,000, the price in the medium short term might get attracted to test the key line of support first before starting or before choosing an actual trend direction. Because we know even this descending broadening wedge, right, this descending broadening wedge is indicating us any sort of a retracement here in the medium short term will be looked as a temporary retracement. Even according to this bump and run reversal pattern, you can see any sort of a retracement will be looked as a temporary retracement or just a pullback to test the previous temporary line before choosing a trend direction. Even according to this falling wedge pattern, you can see nothing has changed. Even if the price does gets attracted here to the downside, does gets attracted towards this VCPR line, we are not worried, because I have been very clear with you guys. 26,000 right now, or even 25,000, let's say 25, 26,000, as long as the price remains above that range, any sort of a pullback should not bother us that much, because that could be just a temporary pullback, price coming back to test the previous temporary resistance line, right, before starting with a new impulse movement. A retest around the previous temporary line before starting a new impulse movement. Retest again around the previous temporary line before starting a new impulse movement. So that's why, guys, that's why please do not panic. Even if the price of Bitcoin is going to show some weakness in the medium short term, that might be just a temporary retracement, price coming back to test the previous support line before starting with a new impulsive movement. So these were some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in this video. And guys, Bybit is giving away 30,000 deposit bonus. So this is our new campaign which I just started, and along with that we're also giving away 1,000 USDT as an airdrop. So if you want to take part in this 30,000 deposit bonus, if you want to take part in this 1,000 USDT giveaway, The link is provided in the description down below. Feel free to check it out. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.